music, and it also involves the social. You have to do with people.
Right.
You have to communicate, and gesture language is something that is different from what we do now with the verbal language. And also it applies creativities and aesthetics, and it even involves your spirituality. And also music is our identity. You know,
just elaborate on that a little bit. Music is our identity.
Yeah, you see, people used to say music is a universal language, right? Well, while it is universal, but it is unique to each culture. So the music is just like our language. What kind of music you play, you sing, that tells who are you.
Right.
So, I mean, I've been in Japan for quite long, and I mean, Japan was known by the fact that laymen, whenever they gather, they can sing quite numbers of Japanese songs. They can share, and they can even sing in parts that they have learned in school.
Right.
But in other places, this doesn't go very well. So I would like to ask the Malaysian, even I myself can't sing too many songs, you know. So what is our identity, you know? But ironically, Malaysia is a country that is rich in all kind of culture. Not just only the Malay, Chinese, and Indian, but you also have a lot of treasures like the Kenya, the Orang Ulu, the Iban, the Kadasan, and Dusun. So that can really speak to the world that this is Malaysian and this is our identity. But what is so pity that most of it can't speak our own musical language.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, in the classes that they give in school today, what is taught? Because I know if you live in an urban area, for example, and your parents can perhaps afford to send you to piano classes and to drum classes, but in school it becomes available to Malaysians across the board, no matter, you know, how high or low your income is. But what exactly is being taught in schools in music class today?
Well, the core, can I answer?
Yes.
So the core knowledges of music are taught actually in the music curriculum. And what we have is a standardized curriculum throughout the country. So everybody uses the same curriculum. But, you know, what is highlighted, though, usually from the music curriculum is the performance aspect. So people think that music is just about playing and performing.
So it builds your confidence as well, in that sense.
But what I'm trying to say also is that there are other aspects to music besides playing, so and singing and performing. So we do have the theoretical aspects and the knowledges in music, the core knowledges in music, the elements of music, which are important knowledges that needs to be acquired by all children in order for them to better appreciate music. Yeah.
If I may add on to what Dr. Ramona has said, the focus on music education in schools has, in Malaysia at least, has always been that the kids must be able to perform. So they are taught the recorder, which honestly is an instrument that not only me, all the students from the primary schools up to the universities I have taught hate that instrument.
Yes, I remember the recorder in
first
school.
Thing we have to do is throw that
I thought
out
it was a complete waste of time.
Yes, agreed. Like in America, for example, the primary level, the concentration is in what they call a general music program that teaches how to appreciate music and understand music.
Right.
And not everybody is musical, right? So when you're not musical, that means in this system where you're required to perform, you are going to sort of shy away. Whereas it should be a person who's totally non-musical, cannot sing in pitch, cannot clap in rhythm, and is totally out in that area of talent. But he or she can appreciate music. You see, so this is the approach that should be given a little bit extra concentration at the primary school level.
Yes.
And of course, if you're talented, you'll be representing the school. Just like if you're a good runner, you'll be running the school relay. So the performance comes with the orchestra, the ensembles, you know, that where the talented can go there. But in the end product should be an average Malaysian should be able to tell you what are the instruments in a keroncong band, for example.
Right.
Or talk intelligently. And even if you say a popular singer, I love this singer, Why? They said, oh, it's best. They can't
But they
verbalize
can't tell you
more than
exactly
that.
why.
But
Yeah.
a person who's gone through a good music appreciation program, then say, oh, I like her tonality, you know, her pitch, the range. and so
Okay,
on.
but just straying away from music as a subject, yeah? You said earlier, you tell us why music was so important in the general education of a child. You know, besides giving them an extra topic to study, to understand. But how does it help them as overall individuals?
Okay, maybe I'll just throw in a little bit here, then Dr. Ramona, Dr. Chan can expand. Okay, the most recent theories on learning and in education, one of the foremost thoughts is by Dr. Howard Gardner, who's talked about the theory of multiple intelligence. And for the first time, music is recognized as an intelligence.
Right.
It's one of the 8. So, in other words, every human being has 8 areas of intelligence endowed in his
or herself.
In herself or himself. So, should we not develop all this?
Exactly.
So, music by itself is an intelligence. It's a science and an art. It's just not, you know, wearing rings around your nose, and you know, that's not music alone.
Yeah.
That's just a peripheral aspect which people tend to focus on. We have got academic aspects, social aspects, spiritual aspects, and just...
And it also linked with the language, you know. It is inseparable.
You know, a perfect example is when you first learned the ABC, and how did they teach it to you? In a song, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So that's, you know, just one way that music has come in really handy when it came to teaching children things.
Well, numerous studies have been done actually on music and the benefits of music, and it's covered, you know, people have found out, for example, that children who've had musical experience, who've played instruments or sung or have had even gone through music classes, they are able to, well, in terms of, you know, the achievement in entry exams to enter college and universities, the results are higher. For example, in the United States, results of the people with music background compared to the non-music people, the results of the SAT exams are higher in terms of both verbal and maths.
Right.
So numerous studies, you know, and in terms of academic achievement as well. Yeah. So there is a transfer. Yeah, but we're not promoting music to be important in the schools because of that.
Right.
Music is important in and of itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we are really quickly running out of time, but just 2 questions before we wrap this up. Now, you've written various letters, or various parties have written various letters to the government. Have you got any response, and what kind of response was it?
Well, for starters, the Ministry of Education is the actual body that was for the Malaysian Association of Music Education has written several times since inception till today for a kunjung hormat, which has not even been acknowledged, sad to say.
Right.
However, we have had more success with RTM, with the Ministry of Culture, and the Ministry of
Higher Education as
Belia
well,
dan
yeah.
Sukan.
Right, Youth and Sports
And
Ministry.
at the moment, we are also having a program with Kementerian Belia dan Sukan where Rakan Seni has been added into their program.
Oh, okay.
And nationwide, this is happening where, you know, there are centers where stray kids or, I mean, Rakan Muda kids go and learn vocal, drums, and the guitar. So I'm sad to say, even RTN has been quite supportive of us. They have even produced programs suggested by us, like Sentuhan. Datuk Mauzaini, for example, has produced a program as a tribute to Malaysian composers in jazz media. But at least they are paying a little bit of attention to this aspect of music education.
Right,
which
but nothing from the actual Ministry of Education.
Well, I don't.
not